Hey guys, welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel. Manchester United versus Aston Villa is now here. Before we get into the chat, or before we get into things, let me know, can you guys hear me alright? That's the most important thing. Can you guys hear me alright? Can you see me alright? Are we good to go? We do have the team news for this game. We will start with Manchester United. Onana in goal, no surprise there. Maguire and Rafael Varane at centre-back. What way around is it going to be? We'll have a look into it. Shaw at left back. So as we predicted in midweek, we were correct there. Let's make myself a little bit bigger. Dalot right back. We've got Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo in midfield. There were some talks last minute that we were going to see Amrabat in midfield, but not the case. Bruno Fernandes in the 10. And then, of course, we've got Rashford and Garnacho either side of Højlund. If we go to the Villa team news, not too many shots there. The back four is exactly as we predicted. However, Jacob Ramsey in the side, which is going to provide United with a little bit of a challenge. And we quickly need to change that to Ramsey on the tactical board. But apart from that, get in chat, guys, and let me know how you're feeling coming into the game. What do you make of the team news? How are you guys feeling? Is there any changes that you would have made? Do you think that is the right team? AJ haircut. It's shorter than it was. It's shorter than it was. Nervous as usual. Every United game, right? Every United game. Give me, how about we go for like a 3-word prediction. A 3-word prediction seems like a good one to me. Good to see you all in chat though. How many members we got in here? We've got Edward, we've got Sushant, we've got FP, we've got Mark, we've got David, we've got Chad. Is that all the members? I don't want to miss anyone. Good to see you guys as always. Let me know again how you're feeling. We will win. That's a pretty decent 3-word prediction. Arsenal winning, or Arsenal smashing West Ham. Yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they? Those geezers over at Arsenal, pretty good at football. Win for United. 3-word prediction, I like it. Tough but optimistic, I like that as well. I'm a little bit concerned seeing the Villa team news. Purely for the fact that they've got Jacob Ramsey back. Really good ball carrier. Really good ball carrier. Got a lot of energy to his performances. Likes to really kind of drive forward through these central areas. I'm a little bit concerned about him. Fortunately, you know, we do have this Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo pivot, the duo in there, which is a little bit better than what we had earlier in the season. So, of course, the shape is going to be important and things like that to see how we actually deal with it. But I'm a little bit concerned at that. However, like I pointed out in both my tactical preview and also the live stream the other day, I don't think this back four is the strongest for Villa. I think there's weaknesses in there. I don't think Longley is someone who wants a ton of physical contact, and I think Rasmus Højlund, you know, could potentially exploit that. But again, Matty Cash, he'll be an attacking threat down the right-hand side. But typically this season, Villa have built with a back three like this. And I just don't think Cash wants to play this role. He wants to push a little bit further forward, which kind of throws out the balance a little bit of the Villa structure. So, I don't know. I see some tactical areas where United can hurt Villa. What are your concerns coming into this game? I've seen a few of you a little bit nervous. What is it about Villa which scares you? Or is it more, you know, United which scares you? Again, get in the chat and let me know how we're feeling. Should I be on the other side of this? Does it make more sense if I'm on the other side of the board? Nah, we'll leave it here for now. Madhu, good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Oh, hang on, I just lost the chat. Where's it gone? Come back. We haven't beat anyone from the top 9 clubs in an away match. Not good. Not good. Time to change it? Time to change it, hopefully. United always surprised. That's a pretty good 3-word prediction as well. Momentum is with us. Let's capitalise on it. Yeah, I agree. I think for the first time this season, even, you know, say the West Ham performance wasn't great, just winning 3-0, winning the Wolves game. 2024 so far, unbeaten. Those are things which we need to keep going in a season which has been, you know, quite topsy-turvy. We've also managed to keep most of our starting 11. I know we've lost Lisandro Martinez, but apart from that, we've seen Shaw, Dalot, Casemiro, Kobbie Mainoo, Rashford, Fernandes, Garnacho, Højlund starting at least the last 3 games in a row now. So, again, a chance for some momentum for the first time this season. We've got to build on it here. DJ Nature, good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Ali with the super chat. What an absolute legend coming in with the $10. Thank you very much, Ali. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend, and I hope it's about to get a bit better. Saying good morning, AJ, and the best community, a good lineup. Still, you never know what you're going to get with United, but it's a must-win game. I hope for a 2-1 win, and worst case, a 1-1. We need the momentum. I completely agree. Thank you so much, Ali, for the donation. Guys, make sure to spam some love hearts in the chat to say thank you. But also, YouTube has updated, so now you can leave a like on Ali's super chat, which is really cool. Thank you very much, Ali. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you very much, kind sir. Alex, good to see ya. Probably being caught out on a counter-attack is the concern for snipes. Like against Wolves, we had like 6 players in the box for a corner when we were 3-2 up. Very true. I think something I'm a little bit wary of in this game is set pieces. Set pieces. Now, fortunately, to kind of counter that, we've got Maguire and Varane, who are, without doubt, our 2 most aerially dominant centre-backs. We've also got Casemiro, Rasmus Højlund. They're all quite good in the air. So, at least we do have, you know, some sort of weapon to stop that. So that could be handy. Do you think United should attack Villa or just drop back and attack on the counter? I think we should look to press reasonably high as long as, you know, the team's pressing together. You know, how Ten Hag does it will be important, but I think we should press high as a unit, try and win the ball back nice and high up the pitch. When we get the ball, I think at times we need to attack them really quick, really direct, quick counter-attacks, particularly in wide areas. We can explain that in a second. But I also think it's important that in spells, we get our foot on the ball and keep possession. Because what happens, if you make this a game where every time you get the ball, you pump it forward, then you're giving Aston Villa chances to get the ball. And when you do that, and they've got quality players like Ramsey, McGinn, Watkins, Bailey, Kamara, Luiz, they're quality footballers. If you create a game here where it's 50-50% possession, end to end, Villa have a lot of threat and a lot of good players. I think the more important thing for United is still to attack fast at times, because the game will suit it. But also, get your foot on the ball, keep the ball. Kobbie Mainoo is going to be useful for that. Hopefully he's utilised in a deeper area. That was utilised, that's better pronunciation. Hopefully he's used in deeper areas, but I'm a little bit concerned he won't be. My concern a little bit for this game is that Dalot inverts, which is, I'm absolutely fine with that, because John McGinn will be narrow, so that makes sense. But my fear is that as a consequence, Kobbie will be pushed really far forward, and he can operate in those areas. He's really good high up the pitch. The problem is, though, it reduces his amount of touches on the ball. It reduces his ability to get the ball in deep areas, get lots of touches, control the tempo, show his composure, press resistance, ball carrying, things like that. So I'm a little bit concerned about that from a tactical point of view. If these two rotate quite regularly, then it's okay. Or even if Kobbie's allowed to rotate with Casemiro at times, that could be important as well. I also think someone said this the other day, but I can't remember who it was. I could see Fernandes dropping quite deep at times, looking to pick up the ball and spray these passes. Out to Marcus Rashford behind Cash, Garnacho behind Moreno. I can see that. United are vampires. We are terrified of crosses. Very much so in this game in particular. United are vampires. They suck the life out of their fans. Keep coming with the jokes, guys. Are we doing this because of Emery as well, or is that just coincidental? In theory, we've got tall centre-backs, but anytime it's a set-piece, it's so nervy. Big focus on Onana today, particularly on set-piece situations. Of course, in the last game against Villa, he gave Villa that 2-0 lead, didn't he, essentially? He was the one not really dealing with set-pieces. Granted, the team in general, but Onana didn't cover himself in glory. Got to be stronger. Having the organisation, though, of someone like Casemiro will be useful. You know, his experience to set up in those situations. Again, Maguire, Varane. Hopefully they'll go some way to addressing it, but this is United defending set pieces. It's not going to be perfect, because it just never seems to be. Hope Casemiro and Shaw are a bit more fit this week. Yeah, well, it's about a week since we last played, isn't it? These players are getting a bit of sharpness and momentum, so there's no reason they shouldn't be. My concern, like I've said for the game, is that we get the ball with someone like Bruno, and we pump the ball forward quickly and behind to Rashford. That's going to work a few times, right? It will in this game. My fear is, you know those games we've seen over the past 18 months, really, where Casemiro tries a lot of long passes, Fernandes tries a lot of long passes, and we have one of those days where they're pretty much all failed, and then we're just giving Villa the ball. I think that's my main concern. I think that's my big issue. How would you guys go about pressing Villa for this game, is what I'm interested to hear. Also, drop a like on the stream while you're here, I reckon. How many are you on? 16? We can get those numbers up, I reckon. We can get those numbers up. And also, what do you feel is the best way to get something out of Rasmus Højlund in this game? What do you reckon? Do you think Ahmad is going to get any game time today ahead of Anthony or Forson? I think it's unlikely, I'll be honest. I think Anthony is definitely ahead of Ahmad in the pecking order in Erik Ten Hag's eyes, and with the whole Forson situation as well, I think Forson is probably ahead of Ahmad right now, which is a little bit disappointing for Ahmad, but he's just got to wait for his chance. Perhaps it comes in the cup in a couple of weeks. When he gets his chance, he's going to have to take it. He's going to have to play well. But yeah, in terms of seeing him today, I think it's probably a little bit unlikely. Should we have a quick look at the United bench? Who are the difference makers there? It's a stronger bench than what we've had this season. I'll tell you that much. You know, Bayende, Evans, Lindelof. Again, it's good to see Lindelof in there. Of course, no natural fullback from the bench is a bit of an issue. Lindelof, the closest thing, but not ideal. Amrabat could do a job there. It's nice to see, though, 3 central midfielders on the bench. And they are experienced central midfielders. Amrabat, Eriksen, McTominay. Whether you like them individually as players or not is another thing. But I think it's good that we've got that depth and that Ten Hag has options. That'll be handy. Forson potentially as a kind of a striker from the bench at some point. We've seen that in recent weeks. Anthony, Ahmad from out wide. I do just worry if we need a goal, is there much from the bench? Like McTominay, about it really, right? I don't see too many goals in that bench. Anthony doesn't provide that many goals for us. Forson, not sure. Eriksen perhaps from like a set piece or something like that. His set piece deliveries. Yeah, perhaps that's my concern looking at the bench there. If it was to come down to it, is there someone who can come on and get goals? McTominay, yes, with box crashing. Eriksen maybe from a set piece or something. Perhaps a little bit concerned. I'm at the point where I don't mind parking the bus and hitting on the counter-attack. Just play for the win. United are well conditioned to play counter-attacking football from the days of Jose and Van Gaal, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. I think we're always a big threat in transition. And I think we will be in this game. Because, let's be honest, Villa are going to play an incredibly high line. And at times, they're quite naive with the way that they do it. Do you guys reckon the fact that they're the home side as well, does that put a little bit more pressure on them to come and play football against us? You know, try and be on the front foot. You know, that crowd behind them, a couple of disappointing results in recent weeks. Does that put a bit of pressure on Villa to come and get the win? You know, to come play football, squeeze high, attack. That does open up these transitioning situations. Again, we're talking Rashford in behind Cash, but also particularly Garnacho down the right wing. With Moreno being the left back who pushes quite high as McGinn comes inside, there is going to be space out here for Garnacho to attack these positions. So it's a weird one. I think we're going to see a lot of transitions in this game, probably for both sides, which gives me a little bit of confidence because we're very good in those situations. Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho, Bruno. But also, we're really bad at defending them. So it's why I can see this game going either way. I can see us winning this 3-0. We could easily lose it 3-1. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. They are good offside trappers. They just need to be patient. Or sorry, we just need to be patient and force them to make an error. Yeah, agreed. I think in particular, in central areas, they're quite good at catching teams offside. I think their centre-backs are really good at it. They kind of get in this side-on position. One will be aggressive towards the ball. The other will be covering a bit more, but they still hold their line really well. I do feel, though, that the fullbacks don't do it quite as well. I don't think the fullbacks are quite as good with the offside trap, which, again, Rashford, Garnacho, I think they have a massive threat in this game. What do you guys think of creating chances for Højlund? What's the best option there? What's the best way to get Højlund into goal-scoring situations? Is it going to be when we're controlling a bit more and looking for cutbacks into the box? Is it going to be crosses into the box? I could see him potentially having some luck against Longley. Chad, maybe we shouldn't suggest injuring the centre-backs. Maybe Karma might come back and bite us there. More crosses for Højlund, you reckon? I could see perhaps on those situations where Shaw is allowed to venture forward, then crosses to Højlund. So let's say Villa are quite deep. So we're talking a situation here where United are dominating the ball, controlling the ball, looking to sustain an attack in the final third, basically. Villa will then drop into their back four shape. A pattern which United have utilised quite well in recent weeks is attack down the right-hand side in a back three shape, looking something like this. You know, a system, something like this. United build down one side, drags the defence over. What we've seen in recent weeks is the ability to then eventually shift the ball out to Rashford on the left-hand side. And then Luke Shaw kind of comes around on that eventual overlap, getting around here. That position then crosses towards the back post. Rasmus on long lay. There could be something in that. There could be something in that. Thoughts on playing Garnacho and Rashford in the half spaces? Do you mean in transition, or do you mean in more settled attacks and things like that? The website I'm using for this is tacticalboard.com. Check it out. MUFC, good to see you, mate. How you feeling about the game? In transition, perhaps? I think naturally, at the moment, we tend to see kind of one of our wingers plays the half space while the other one's a bit wider. We're quite, dare I say it, quite a nice balance in recent weeks, where let's say we attack down one side, that winger might be narrow, like this, and the fullback goes round, but our winger on the other side's a little bit wider. So say Rashford's on the left, but Garnacho comes into the half space. Then as the move rotates, like I said, we go wide to the other side. Rashford then comes inside into half spaces. Shaw goes round, and Dalla drops off this side a little bit. It is quite a nice balance we've got going on at the moment. In terms of like true half space creation, I would probably rather leave that to Bruno Fernandes or perhaps the fullbacks. I think their ability to cross from deeper positions could be useful in this game. I'm not sure if Rashford's going to get too much success in these areas. Depends. If you're looking for him to be direct and shoot a goal, then possibly. I think creativity, perhaps you're lacking a little bit more. Bruno needs to scan more for those killer runs of the forwards. Yeah, I think I don't want to put all the pressure on one player, but I think the performance of Bruno Fernandes could be quite decisive today. If he has a day where he sees those passes, we see those runs in the final third out wide, he plays them, we're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good day. We're going to hurt that Villa defence. Voice cracked, Jesus Christ. If he has one of those days, though, where he gets ran past a bit easily and then in possession is just loose with his passing, then it could be bad. It could be bad. I think all our tactics depend on Casemiro not blindly lunging and leaving space low. Yeah, so if we want to quickly focus on something to be worried about and the negative side of the game, do you remember, what was it, about 15 days ago now? No, a bit less than that, just less than 2 weeks ago now. We were building up to that Wolves game and we were all terrified of Cunha and his ball-playing ability. Ball-carrying ability, I should specify. I've lost my mouse, where is it? Here. Cunha's ability to get into these areas, drive forward with the ball. We were really, really worried about Casemiro dealing with that in this game. In that game, sorry, it was a problem. Let me tell you, Jacob Ramsey is going to do something similar. Very, very powerful. Very good runner with the ball. John McGinn's good at carrying the ball as well. Little bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned with that. VK with the donation. Good to see you in chat, mate. Haven't seen you for quite a while, so thank you so much for popping in the chat. I hope you've been well with the massive donation. So everyone, make sure to say thank you in the chat and also leave a like on his super chat. VK, thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you've been well over the past couple of weeks, mate. Great to see you again. How you feeling about the game? How are you feeling? Yeah, everyone spam some love hearts in the chat to say thank you very much to VK because he's an absolute legend. An absolute legend. So make sure to say thank you. This is the game for Bruno. He is very suited to playing quick passes on the counter. This is how we played them in the 3-2 win at home, particularly in that second half. We need to be more defensively solid. Agreed. Again, I'm worried about Erik Ten Hag going for that kind of thing where he half presses, where we push some players forward, but not enough to win the ball back. If we do that, we don't connect the press, then we are going to open up spaces for Villa to carry the ball, and they've got some strong ball carriers. Again, Casemiro could be hurt in those situations. So Erik Ten Hag needs to get the out of possession structure spot on. I spoke about kind of a hybrid press that he could use in my tactical preview. We've also spoken about a more of a normal pressing structure in stream the other day. There's a few options. VK with another donation. What an absolute legend. Thank you very much. Saying, been super busy with work. 3-0 win today. I would be very, very happy with a 3-0 win. I hope work hasn't been too stressful for you, mate. Hope you've been having a good time. And I hope you're having a good weekend as well. Thank you very much again for the donation. Absolute legend. A 3-0 win would go down very, very nicely. 3-0 win. Back-to-back in the Premier League. Back-to-back clean sheets would be big for this side as well, I feel. I think that would be you know, psychologically a big thing for us. Make sure, by the way, guys, to say thank you once again to VK and Ali for the donation earlier. Legends, spam some love hearts in the chat. It's donations like that which help keep the channel running and going strong, so absolute legends. Win and a top 4 dream stays alive. Yeah, you know what? Let's have a look at that real quick. Let me just put Ten Hags' beautiful face on screen for a second, and we will quickly have a look at the league table. I know we looked at it on stream the other day, but some people will not have seen that. So, let me quickly get the league table up. 1 second. Arsenal are 6-0 up, by the way, for those of you which haven't seen it, which is just insane. Maguire, Casemiro, Shaw in that sort of triangle with those players coming at them scares me. Yeah, they've all got some bad tendencies in those sorts of transitioning situations. So yeah, it scares me as well. That's my big concern, the ball carrying of Villa. Particularly, like I've said a couple of times, with Ramsey in there as well. Scary, scary stuff. Anyway, league table. I know this isn't exactly presented that nicely. I'm not sure why I've got it half on the screen. But basically, we've got Villa on 46 points. Let me get it on the other screen, actually. Villa on 46 points here. Us just below them on 38. So a draw will still be 8 points behind them. A win will be 5 points behind them. But we lose and we're 11 points off. And I do just feel that a loss, I think we're done. I think the top 4 dream would be over if we lose this game. And I think maybe the top 5 dream as well. And that's the important thing to remember this season. The top finishing in the top 5 might be enough for Champions League football. If Liverpool, for example, win the Europa League, City and Arsenal do well in the Champions League, which they should, 5th spot might be enough for Champions League football. So, you know, we are really battling with the likes of Villa, with Spurs, with Newcastle. That's the area we're in, trying to battle those guys. So a win today would be huge. A loss, and it's not looking good at all. It's not looking good at all. I love Maguire recently, and I really think this game will be good for him. I pray he doesn't make any mistakes, so his confidence stays up. Yeah, I think he's done really well in the face of adversity. You know, a lot of criticism over the past however long now. I think he's done really well. I think he'll be useful from set pieces in this game. I'm a little bit concerned about defending transitions and things like that. Once again, the likes of Ollie Watkins. That's what we keep coming back to, isn't it? This is going to be a transitional game. It might just be who can transition the best. You know, I'd be surprised if there's less than 3 goals in this match. Sorry if I've now signed you up for a 0-0. There's going to be goals in this game. Surely. I'm scared. I'm scared. Corey, good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Good to see you in the chat. How are you feeling about the game? I need a scoreline prediction from you, my friend. Hi, AJ. Who do you think will be our star man? I think it will be Mainu and Højlund. It's difficult to say because it really depends what sort of theme the game is going to take. I'm going to go Rashford as the key player. Purely because of his transitioning threat. This is the sort of game which really suits him. Would you accept Bruno Fernandes and Arda Güler swap deal? Personally, no. Just haven't seen enough of Arda Güler, and I think Bruno Fernandes is one of the best creative midfielders in the world. So if you want to replace him, it has to be a ready-made player. As long as the ref does not become the man of the match, we'll be fine. We'll see, because the refs do like a bit of attention, don't they? With Maguire, it's a bit concerning about his reaction time when he has the ball and the opponent is pressing. Could be an issue in this game. Villa can be a little bit weird with their press at times, though. You know, the way that they kind of apply some pressure to the ball, but they're not normally insanely high pressing and not consistent with it. But they hold an incredibly high line. So when you don't press, you know, with intensity, but you hold a high line, you do invite those balls over the top. Maguire, deep passes over the top could be something we see in this game. Not something we've seen much this season. You know, Litcher done it the other week when he was playing. Apologies. Maguire, long over the top, could be something interesting to look at. I also wonder if there's potential for Shaw to get the ball in this sort of area here. He didn't play the last game against Villa. I do wonder if there is potential. Keep an eye out for this in the game. Shaw playing that, you know, kind of curved in behind pass, which he loves, in the air, over the top, into that sort of area for Højlund. I wonder if we try that. The offside trap from Villa will be strong, so it'll be difficult to get past, but keep an eye out for it. Bruno and Marcus, both man of the match contenders. Yeah, I think they'll you know, they'll have a large say on our success in this game. I do think so. I reckon our 3 key players, in which I think is a 3-1 win to United, will be Dalot, Bruno and Højlund. Be very happy with that. The Shaw-Rashford link-up and the Garnacho-Dalot link-up will be very important in this game. Fire strike, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Wide areas will be important. Of course, the central areas are always important. This game, I think there is a particular focus on winning those wide duels. We've got the players to do it. They've just got to go perform. Maguire's range of passing is actually world class. His long range passing in particular is unbelievable. He doesn't tend to do it over the top that much, does he? I'd like to see that in this game a little bit more. Højlund has developed greatly from trying to outmuscle 2 centre-backs. Yeah, I think Højlund is a player who's progressed quite a lot since we last played Villa, which wasn't that long ago. I think he's really kicked on since then, which is a good thing to see. In terms of since we last played Villa, we've got Shaw back in the side at left back, which is huge for us. I think he's a great player. We've got Dalot at right back, which didn't happen before, because before he was at left back. We've got Casemiro back in the side, which we didn't have last time. And we've got a front 3, which I would say, has found a bit of form. So we're in a good place. Lindelof does those over-the-top passes very well. Yeah, really good. I think if it wasn't for the aerial threats of Villa, we could have seen Lindelof in the side for that one reason. But yeah, he is good at those passes. Can Rashford really win a duel? Yes, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see Rashford defensively, because I don't know what Cash is going to do. Again, I've said it a few times. Villa typically this season have built like this, but it's been Konsa, who is actually normally a centre-back, playing at right-back, so he naturally tucks there. If that had been the case, life would have been a little bit easier for Rashford, because our shape would have kind of naturally, put him up against him, and he wouldn't have had to do a lot of tracking work, so it could have worked quite nicely. Is Cash going to be more adventurous? And then in that case, if he is more adventurous, you play that game of, do you track him, so he doesn't overload us, or do you leave him so that if we get the ball back, Rashford has acres of space? It'll be interesting to see. Cash naturally is a much more attack-minded player. So I think there's potential to get into these positions. Aston Villa's average positions in that Chelsea game says it all. We need to exploit all that space with our front 3 plus Bruno. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll put Ten Hag back on screen for 1 second and I will get those average positions from the Villa game. Am I losing my voice a little bit? It's not ideal before kickoff. It's not what you want to hear. Let me find these average positions real quick for Villa's last game. They are interesting. By interesting, I mean not very good. So you can see, let's just highlight who these players are. So number 3, 17, now your 2 centre-backs. 44 being Kamara, 6 Douglas Luiz. But interestingly, Cash here. Not what we're used to seeing from Villa. The right-back's normally so much deeper. There's big room there. These spaces in here. Bruno Fernandes between the 44 and the 6. There's spaces there. Garnacho behind Moreno in these spaces here. Rashford in these spaces here. Big threats. Big threats. Ali with another donation of $5. Thank you very much. Saying control the midfield and the game is ours. Scoring the first goal will dictate how the game goes. Notice that Aston Villa tend to lose their head when they concede first. Villa are under pressure as well. They've lost a couple of games recently, in particular at home, where they've been very good this season. Dropping points in the past couple of games there will have hurt them a little bit, and it will put a bit of pressure on them. So I think you're spot on. If we can get the first goal, but also control the game, it's going to put us in a really good place to go on and win the football match. Again, thank you so much for the donation as well. I'm running out of words. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Again, if everyone could spam some love hearts in the chat, say thank you to Ali, and also leave some likes on his super chat. Because genuinely, when I talk about him and VK, just absolute legends. Heroes. MUFC is saying that I would leave Rashford high. He is such a threat in behind, and he isn't very good when he tracks back anyway. Fair play, yeah. Then hit that area. What if Villa get the first goal? A little less straightforward if Villa get the first goal. A few more problems created in that situation. But we saw at Old Trafford, they got the first 2 goals. I think they will insist on playing that high line. I think they will insist on that. So conceding first would, of course, make life difficult, but that's the case in any game, really, isn't it? So even if we were to go behind, I think I would still be reasonably confident that we could turn the game around. The other option for Villa, if they were to go 1-up in the game, is to sometimes drop Kamara into a back 5. Now, when they do this, they are going to leave spaces now, not to necessarily exploit in behind the defence so much, but now to get on the ball and try and control and things a little bit. So Unai Emery might do this in terms of a tactical tweak, to answer your question, Mark. They might do this a little bit in the idea of, leave less space in behind for once, let's be a bit more compact. Kamara dropping into the back five to stop the overload in the last line. But what we can see, if Villa do choose to go for this sort of structure, we can see that we are going to overload them in the first couple of phases. And if we do that, we can control the game. Creating chances will be difficult, but we can control the game. And you might see a performance a bit more like the Wolves one. Possibly. I am losing my voice. I have no idea why. Is Maguire left centre-back or right centre-back in this game? Difficult to say. Difficult to know. Obviously, within the first 10 seconds of the match, it'll be quite apparent. But in terms of before kickoff, it's a guessing game. I would assume Maguire left centre-back. I would assume just because he's played there a lot in his career. And we have seen a few games recently where he has played left centre-back, even with Varane on the pitch. But also, we had a stat put in chat the other day by the man, the myth, the legend, FP, who, 48% of Varane's passes have been left-footed this season. So he is the more two-footed of the two players. So could he go that side? The question in this situation is now, when Villa counter-attack, Watkins wants to move to the left, which isolates him against Maguire. So it'll be an interesting one, because there's positives and negatives whatever way round you play the duo. Because whilst Watkins now isolating Maguire might be a problem, the plus side is now we've got Maguire on the outside of a three stepping forward. And he's good at stepping forward in his areas. So, not sure how this is going to go. I'm not sure what way round it will be. I think if you want to control the ball in a game, I think this is the better setup. I think if it's about controlling the ball, this might be the better option. Are we going to control the ball in this game, though, is the question. The second it becomes transitional, Watkins against Maguire is a problem. It is a problem. Interesting to look at. I think Dallow's got a big role to play today. Sup, AJ, I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good, thank you. Hope you are well as well. Do you think Maguire will be able to deal with Villa's attack? Kind of discussing it there. I'm not sure. It's going to be a tough game for him. I think it's why it's important that we build with a back three, so that when we do lose the ball, at least we've got players there. I don't want to see players too isolated against Watkins, because Watkins is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So we can't leave him 1-versus-1 against our centre-backs. We need to see players supporting each other, which I think means a back three, probably a two in front of them, just to contain Villa, really. Bro, I saw a video of a youngster named Harry Amas at left back in the United Academy. So good on the ball and his crossing. Can you make a video about him? Yeah, I do want to watch him more and then make a video later in the season. So yeah, I do plan on doing that at some point. AJ, I know it's a bit far-fetched, but I would play Shaw as a left centre-back and bring Lindelof as a left-back. So yeah, we've had a couple of discussions on that during the week. One video, kind of two streams as well. Personally, just from my point of view, I understand playing Shaw centre-back because it gives you that left-footed player, which is very important to balance. But I just like the idea of Shaw staying in the same position he's played in the last few games where he's done well, staying close to Rashford, keeping Dalot in a similar role to what he's been playing. What my concern is, or my concern was, I should say, that when we lost Licha, the whole structure would change. I don't think we should do that. I wouldn't be surprised still if Ten Hag does in the coming weeks, but I personally wouldn't. But we'll see. Maybe Dalot tucks and helps Maguire, while Shaw overlaps. Yeah, like I said, I think what we'll often see from Dalot is him in these positions here. Because John McGinn for Villa, playing on the left wing, naturally is more of a midfielder, so he'll play quite centralised. So Dalot inverting kind of naturally is a solution to that problem, which should help us in this game. The result, unfortunately, is probably Mainu being a bit too high, less touches than we would like. But defensively, it should give us a little bit more security in these areas. We have a very quick front three now to make good transition plays, rooting for Højlund to score again. let's come on to that then, because it's now getting a little bit closer to kick-off. Score predictions. Who is getting the goals, and what's the score going to be? I think I'm going to go for 2 or 3-1 to United. I'm not sure which one to go for. When will Malacia come back? I don't know. If Maguire plays on the right, it might limit Dallow's ability to move into the midfield like he tends to. Yeah, again, I think there's positives and negatives to that Varane-Maguire situation, which way around you go. Hopefully, whichever one Ten Hag goes for, it turns out to be the right decision. I'm sure whatever he goes for, he'll have his reasoning for doing so. Let's just hope it works. Let's just hope it works. Daniel saying 5-0, hopefully to United. 3-1, says David, with a Højlund brace and Garnacho scoring. 2-0 United, Højlund and Rashford to score. Garnacho assist, that'd be nice. Højlund, Bruno, Garnacho. 2-1 to United with an Onana mistake to start. Guys, by the way, I don't know if you've seen, Ali has set you a monumental challenge in the chat. He has said, if you guys can hit 100 likes on this stream, he'll give another $10. So he said, come on, let's hit like 3, 2, 1, bam. It is over to you guys. It is over to you guys. And if Ali does that, donates the $10, I'll put it back into the chat as gifted subs. So get to 100 likes, I'll give you guys some subs. Or some memberships, sorry. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. Try get it to 100 likes, guys, if you can. It's free to do. Literally, just tap like. It's really easy. It's really easy. New camera or just a lighting? The lighting's just a little bit different. I need to... Do you like it like this or not? Is it better lighting? Does this look better than before or not? I've had a move around of stuff in the room I'm in, so it's not quite done properly yet. I think there's something a little bit off with the lighting. I think it's a bit bright, isn't it? I don't know who to, but I think it ends 2-0. I'm going to ask you to commit who. United, Villa, who's winning it 2-0? Go on, pick one. You can't reach the button. You got to. Guys, press the like button. We're on 56. Run those numbers up. Run those numbers up. Much better camera like this? Oh, happy days. Nice, I did something good. The Højlund output train rolls on. Goal and assist for him. Yes, please. Yes, please. 3-1 to United with a Garnacho goal. Rasmus 2, John McGinn 1. Aston Villa plays so high line with not that fast fullbacks. 1-2 or third man running should open a defence easily instead of a long ball. Yeah, I think the third man runs is going to be crucial. I think we've been a bit better at that recently as well. Yeah, Alex, go get your stepladder, mate, so you can reach the like button. Trust me, it's worth doing, guys. If you get it to 100 likes, you guys are going to get some gifted memberships. So some of you will get memberships, access to, exclusive content on Discord, a badge next to your name, custom emojis, which the members will now show in chat for no price. So run up the likes if you can. Bro AJ, how can we be so bad at transitions when Villa legit has Longley? I think he's someone we can target on the counter, I'll be honest with you. When Villa are higher up the pitch, Moreno's higher up the pitch, Garnacho Longley, the battle of the 17s. I think we can win that battle. Rashford Cash, I think we can win that battle. I think we can win some battles in transition here. It's going to be about game management though. Again, recognising when to go quick, when to go direct, and when to slow down, which is why, as Gamer has just said there, Cobby's very important today. The ability to get him on the ball and slow it down. Tactically, will he be put in the positions to do so? I'm not too sure, but try and get Cobby into good areas. By the way, guys, just want to let you know, because I haven't said this yet, in terms of the match analysis for this game, it's going out tonight. I mean, that's pretty impressive speed, right? Kick off at 4:30. It'll be finished by 6:30. You guys will have a video out tonight by 8 o'clock, 8:30, covering this game. So, I mean, that's worthy of a like as well. There's only 40 more likes to go, guys, for some gifted memberships. 39 likes to go. Hit the like button. Tell your mum to get on her phone, hit the like button. Your dad, your uncle, your dog, whoever. Tell them to like the stream. It's worth it. It's worth it. So much at stake in this game. Yeah, a lot at stake. It's important. It's very important. Do you think Villa can show character like Liverpool did last year when we lost 7-0? Not about to score, more like winning mentality. Explain what you mean a little bit more, please, mate. I think Villa themselves are actually mentally, psychologically, in a little bit of a vulnerable position. You know, I don't think they are in the best spot. They're a good side. They'll be fairly confident still, but, you know, a couple of rocks recently, it does hurt you. If United lose, this top 4 is done. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. 33 more likes, guys. You can do it. You got about 10 minutes. 33 likes. I reckon you can do it, guys. I believe in you. I believe in you completely. This game is a 6-pointer. Yeah, for the top 4 race, absolutely. I want to try and remember some of your guys' score predictions to try and remember who gets it spot on. I don't like the idea of 2-1 with an Onana mistake to start. Let's not manifest that, guys. I'm scared that Casemiro will rush long passes and we lose the rhythm. My fear. My fear as well. So Liverpool were angry after a lot of losses. And angry and hungry to win. Yeah, I see your point then. Yeah, Villa probably don't come out quite the same. Perhaps just because they don't have the pure quality to do it. But, yeah, I understand your point. Yeah, on that Casemiro situation, I have the same concern. Why not start with Anthony at right wing? I think the target is in transition. Garnacho against Longley to isolate that. I'm not sure Anthony would be so effective here, particularly, you know, quick, fast, direct attacks, whereas Garnacho should be, hopefully. Today's build-up structure will showcase how good of a tactician Ten Hag really is, because there is no immediate problem solver like Martinez who will bail out Ten Hag. I completely agree. It's going to be a good test of the setup, how sustainable the setup is. Agreed. Will be a good reflection of the manager today. Praying that Rashford crosses the ball today. I'm looking for the fullback crosses a bit more today. Obviously the wingers as well, but I think those fullbacks might be able to get some deliveries in. We'll get top 4 easily and we win today. Trust Ten Hag, guys. I like it. A little bit of good positivity. Easy for me to say. So what do you think? Villa have this character or not? Villa do have good character. They've got a lot of good leaders in their squad. Douglas Luiz, McGinn, Watkins. These are good leaders. But perhaps just not to the same level as that Liverpool side. We'll see. You don't have the option to gift membership. It seems to work in some countries. In some countries you can. In other countries YouTube doesn't let you. I think so. There's a chance you are just somewhere where you can't gift them. I'm not sure why that is the case, but Maguire left centre-back says FP. Has Ten Hag said anything yet? Have we seen that? Kickoff is at past, right, guys? According to Simon Peach, Maguire left centre-back. Interesting. Which perhaps points to a bit more of a transitional game, and we're relying on Varane's wide defending. Possibly. Possibly. Let me see if I can find any Ten Hag quotes real quick. Let me see if I can find anything real quick on my phone. Nothing's popping up straight away. Maybe you guys have got it. 25 more likes, guys, and there will be $10 donated and then some gifted memberships. 25 likes on the stream. You can do it. Now I've seen it on other channels, but my option doesn't have it. I'm not sure. We've had a lot of gifted memberships before. VK's done a lot, and Nuruddin as well, so you should be able to do it. I'm not sure why you can't. Yeah, I'm not sure why you can't do that then, David, mate. Not sure. Not sure. Do you think that United still need Frankie de Jong? I'm not going to cover it today. I might do a video this week. Might do a video on it. I now see why you don't think De Zerbi is ready for the United job. A lot of what I said is coming true. Great manager, not elite. Not elite. Yeah, David, mate, a lot of other people have gifted memberships on the channel before, so not sure why it isn't an option for you. I'm not sure if VK's still here, but he's definitely done some in the past, so he's been able to do it. So yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is there. It might just be glitching, perhaps, as well. Feeling overconfident today. Tempted to say we'll win 7-0. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So Genghis can see the gift option. Anyway, guys, it's now 20 past, so we are going to start wrapping up the stream. Unfortunately, we didn't hit that 100 like goal, but Ali, I appreciate you've got us up to 80 likes pretty much single-handedly, Ali, so thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated for the donations earlier on as well. The same to you, VK. Absolute legends. Unless we can hit 20 likes in like the next 60 seconds, we're not quite going to hit it. Maybe in the next stream. We'll go again in the next stream and try and hit it there. We're just about wrapping up though. So kickoff is about 10 minutes away. I will be covering the game tonight. Okay, so my analysis video on this game will be tonight. 8 o'clock, half 8. What am I saying? UK time, that's the one. Will be uploaded then. So look out for that video. Subscribe to the channel, notifications on so you don't miss that. Also, remember, it's only a game of football. If it doesn't go well, you know, it's not the end of the world. You can go watch another match, you can play a game with some friends, you can go for a walk, you can do some exercise, you can chill with your family. It's only a game of football at the end of the day, so do not let it ruin your weekend. But I hope you do enjoy the game. Before we leave, we have to say another massive thank you to Ali with another $10 donation saying next time we'll hit 100 likes. And trust me, if we do, there will be a lot of gifted memberships in the chat. Thank you so much, Ali, once again. I will start the next stream with some gifted if you guys remind me. So thank you very much, Ali. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you, VK, as well, for the donation earlier on. All legends to a lot of you. So thank you to everyone who has tuned into the stream, everyone who has sat there quietly minding your own business, everyone who has liked the stream, everyone who's got involved, Ali and VK for the donations. I hope some of those score predictions are right. Some of them, maybe not so much. But thank you guys very much for joining in. Enjoy the game. I'll see you guys later for the match coverage. But apart from that, we are finished for this stream. So thank you guys very much for watching. The support has been absolutely incredible. We're on 86 likes, which is outrageously good. Thank you guys very much. And as always, hang on, I'm struggling here technically. 1 second. This is a little bit awkward, isn't it? My laptop's not working. This is awkward. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And in the video later, I'll see you there because we're going to win 3-1.